welcome. This is Anna Powers from Alpharetta, Georgia. I'm a naturopath and energy healer, and I am here with a very special guest, Elisa Chastaine. She is the author of Buried But Never Forgotten. It's a trilogy of 3 books. This is the first of 3 books about a woman named E and the story of her journey. It's a very intriguing journey. So Elisa is in California, Northern California, and she is here to answer our questions about this fascinating book. So welcome, Elisa.
Well, thank you, Anna. I just feel so privileged to be here, and I'm excited to hear what your questions are. We didn't, just so everybody knows, we didn't plan this in advance. I told Anna I don't want to know what everybody's wondering about. Just go ahead and spring it on me. So I'm ready.
Awesome. Okay. Well, I've highlighted my book like through and through, so I won't have a chance to ask all my questions. But one of the first things I was wondering was after E had quite a change in her circumstance, trying not to give it all away.
Just not the ending. I just can't give the ending away. Everything else is fair game.
Okay. So after she finds herself in quite a predicament, she's having a conversation with God. And it's a pretty deep conversation with God. And I just wanted to read one of the sentences. It's a long conversation, but here she says, seriously, what kind of God are you? Bury me alive? What? And I'm just curious, like what experience or how did you pull that out of E? Where did the inspiration from that come from?
Oh, well, that I think is like one of the fundamental questions really that we all experience in life. And just a little caveat here is that there's only one place in the whole book that I drop some swear words, and I drop a whole string of them right at that point. So just know the rest of the book is definitely PG. That part isn't. Anyways, but where that comes from is, I'm sure like everybody has experiences in their lives where they feel like they are in the dark things happen, things that are really painful, things that don't make any sense at all. And for most of us, it's a time of questioning, like, why did this happen? What kind of God would do this to me? And for me, it comes from a place like back in my life where I didn't know that I didn't have a connection, a strong connection that I do now. And so when some, very challenging things happen, not as challenging as that, but very challenging things happen, my inclination was just like, well, what the F, why me? Why this? What have I done? And like I think that's some of the fundamental questions that we all ask at least some point in our life, in our journey of figuring out, what our relationship is to the divine.
Beautiful. Thank you. I didn't really think it through about starting with that question, but I was really inspired by that conversation and how she worked through it, because she was by herself, and yet she was able to find the answer for herself and to rise above her circumstance. And it was beautiful. So thank you.
Something too with that, you're welcome, Anna, is that I think like that's a consolidation of an experience of many years for me of asking those kinds of questions, so it's kind of a little snippet of a journey. And in her heightened extreme situation, she comes to some conclusions, part of it's a whole journey, but some conclusions she comes to rather rapidly. And sometimes that happens for us quickly, and sometimes, it's, as we know, it could be a series of circumstances over time before, we come to understand something at a whole other higher level.
Yeah. That makes sense. Thank you.